Okay, we're day 3. So yesterday the base went down. Today we're going to get the walls on. The glue's obviously gone off. Little saw there, it'll get your glue off there. Get up. What we want to do is get all that cleaned off, and then you can build your walls on the floor, which is your ideal base really for setting out and building your walls. So we're going to build the walls out of 4x2 CLS on the back and the sides, and we're going to build the front out of 5x2, which will carry the steel over the doors as well. What we're going to do, build the walls on the floor, we're going to OSB them, we're going to wrap them, and then we're going to stand them up in situ, and I'll show you how to fix all them together as well. Right, so the back walls are 4x2 CLS. We know that our stud height is 1975. What we've done, we've set the length, the stop gauge at 1875, so when we put our CLS on there, it'll cut that bang on at that size. Got a tape measure, John. What we're going to do now, good joiner always has a tape measure, apparently. What we're going to do now is, so these two timbers, they're the top stud and the bottom stud. It's the length of the building. What I'll do now is I'll just pop my tape on there and I'll mark 400s. So that they will be the centre of the studs. So as we've talked about before, the OSB is imperial and the plasterboard is metric. So what we do, we will rip down the OSB to make it metric. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, but that's the way it comes. I guess they're still using big machines that have cost millions of pounds to make these sheets. So what we've got is there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 studs in there. We're going to fix them with a PAS load, first fix PAS loads, and we're going to use 90mm nails. So what we're doing, using the PAS load first fix, putting 3 nails in each one, top and bottom, keeping them centre of the line, and then when you plasterboard that, then you'll plasterboard at 400 centres, and same with fixing the OSB on the back. Right, so they're imperial boards, which means they are 4 foot rather than 1200. You've got 4 foot, but our plasterboards are obviously 1200, so what we're going to have to do is rip off that extra 20mm there as well. What I've done there, I've marked the 400 and 800, so when this goes on the board, they know where the timbers are to fix. So that's a little trick you might want to do, just scribe that down like that using your tape. Like I say, when they fix that now, they will know where to fix. I've got 2 circular saws here. I have set one up already to cut off the extra bit there. Right, what I'm doing there, I'm cutting that to height as well, so the wall is actually that height, but the OSB will hang down over the frame on this. Obviously, people I'm working with don't understand that I need decent batteries. So there you go, that's their first sheet now, marked up and ready to go, and I'll bring that round now and then they'll fix it onto the back of the wall. I'm going to show you now how we can get the wall square, so when it stands up it will be square and plumb. Right, so I'm going to drop that first sheet on there. Like I said, we've put them timbers at 400 centres. What I'm going to do now is, you got that in, Simon? We've put the 63s or the 50s, 50 ring cut nails in there. So what I'm going to do now to get this, we know that's a right angle there, so it's square. So what we need to do is get the corner fixed first. Right, Simon, get yours. So that when that now is running in line with that wall. So what will happen now, I'll just show you. Right, so that there, you can see how that's stepped. So what we need to do now is push that corner over there, Simon. Is push the frame, so that frame needs to be in line with that, which it is now. So that means when we fix that now, all them boards will go square with that, and when that wall stands up, it'll be perfectly square. There the lines are already put on, so we now know where the timbers are. Depth gauge isn't set right on that. And what we'll do, we'll nail that on fully. And that there is going to be your solid OSB wall, which will provide rigidity to the building when it's built. Okay, John. Right, so there's the back piece. The last bit of OSB is going in. That wall will be square when it's going up now. What we're going to do now is put the breathable membrane on the back of it, put slate lats, and try and do most of this wall from this side. It's a roofing membrane. We'll just hammer tacking that to there with staple gun. So that's the full back wall. What we've done, we've let it overhang there, so when we put the side walls on, we can wrap it round and fully seal it. What we'll do now, we'll put on some vertical slate battens, and then we'll put on some horizontal slate battens as well. Obviously horizontal. They're treated slate battens. They're 2v1. What we'll do, sit them on. We'll put them in line with the nails and the nails at the bottom, and then we know we're fixing to the timbers. We're going to fix them with 63mm ring cut nails. So what he's doing, he's popping that in line where you can see where the nails are, where the upright is. John's doing the same at the bottom, and then they're going down nailing them. So what we're doing now, we're putting the horizontal battens on. We'll space them at 400s. We're letting them overhang. If you can see there, they're overhanging, so when the side wall goes on, the slate battens will cross each other on the corner. Right, so there's your back wall completely done. 4x2 CLS, 11mm OSB on that, and then we've put a breathable membrane on it, and then we've also put vertical battens and horizontal battens. What we're going to do now is stand the wall up and get it fixed up into place. Right, what needs to happen now, because we've got that OSB overhang there, so that OSB overhang needs to hang over the front of there. So what I have to do is slide it forward, so when it tilts up, the OSB drops down like that, so we don't want it to sit on there, because the weight of it will crush the OSB. What needs to fall over. So they're going to stand it up now. I'll just get out of their way. Sean's going to stay at the back. What they'll do now, they'll push it forwards, but only so far so that when they lift it up, it doesn't actually fall over the back. 1 minute, 1 minute. Simon, pull your trousers up, mate. You don't. Everyone on YouTube don't want to see your ass. Right, are we ready? Sorry, Simon, but it's just in the way, mate. Right.
Good. So we can definitely lift them. We're not going to catch. Lift it. Right, Sean, when it lifts, we want you to sneak across.
Just do your side one bit. Right, a little bit. That's it, there, fine.
That slate batten's not fixed.
What's like that?
Left of your hand there, look.
No, not at all.
Fix it. Adam, that were you.
Well, has it got a nail mark in it?
No. 100%. Sorry, Adam, you failed.
Right, has he failed? Right, you ready?
Go on, Adam. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm lifting it for this. Right, Sean.
Right, sliding off foot left, that's it.
Right, I'm on.
Right, so because we squared the wall with the OSB, the wall is now plumb that way, so what we'll have to do is plumb it this way. But that's your back wall then, so that just needs cladding once we've got it all fixed up into place. What we're going to do now is just drifting it back left and right until it's sat on the edge of the building like that.
Yeah, I'm pushing you.
And what we'll do then, we're going to go around and we'll fix it all the way along like that.
Right,
Somebody want to grab a puzzle load and get it fixed?
Go on, let go, Simon.
Grab that new one, Adam.
Right, I'm inside.
Adam? Loads, yeah?
Right now. Sean, you can do the middle. Go to the middle.
Are you good? Are you good, John?
I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
What about the middle there?
Yeah, it's straight, mate. So that'll get fully nailed all the way along now. So same crack again. What we're going to do now, we're doing this wall here. So he's pulling it across there and he's marking his 400 centres. They've already pre-cut the uprights, which are over there. So we'll get this wall built up, which will be the right wall as you look from the front. We'll get the left wall and then we'll work on our front wall. There's the side wall, that's fully OSB'd. What we'll do now, put the breathable membrane on that and get that slate battened as well. Right, so that's the side wall now. We're going to do the same again, slide it to the edge so that the OSB doesn't crush under its own weight. And then it will drop down. 1 minute, bring the hammer over here. Come over here. You see that nail sticking out down there, look? No, halfway up this wall.
On this wall?
Yeah. No, you've just gone straight past it. On this wall, Sean?
Yeah.
You've just gone straight past the nail. Look at me. On this wall.
Yeah. Oh, this way.
Just flatten it, Sean. Flatten it, mate. That's it, mate. That's it. You looked at me, then looked away again. No, you went straight past it twice. Right, so they're going to lift the wall. So you're going to slide it this way a bit, yeah? Bit more. You're probably all right. You one little touch more, John.
You're not going to touch that piece of wood.
That's it. No, you should be good.
Right, ready?
That's it. Drag it to you a little bit if you feel it's going to go off at edge. Right, so what's going to... One minute. So what's going to happen now, we've overlapped the OSB there, so that when this slides that into there, that OSB then will get fixed to that. So that's what we've accounted for that overhang. All right, slide her in. There. Right, so you can see that's gone lovely, that now. All into place. What we'll do now, that'll get fixed on there. That timber there, that Simon's got his hand on, will get fixed to the timber, that timber there, so that'll all get fixed through there. Is that tight at bottom, Sean? No, it's perfect.
I'm in here. I can feel it.
You can feel it though, when you pull it in, you can feel it stop.
Yeah.
Bang one into it.
Right, so what you can do, Sean, right, is nail all the way. Yeah, but nail it. Right, what you want to do, look, is nail it about there. Right, so he's now going to nail that all the way down, every 200 mil. So that means that corner then is stitched into that. We'll also nail the OSB there as well. What we'll do, we'll put another timber down there to carry the plasterboard. But because we use the OSB to square the wall and to square that wall, that means that these walls now will be plumbed that way. All we need to do now is stop it from going this way. What we're going to do now is build this other wall over here, this left wall. Right, so what we'll do now is, because we've left this membrane, we'll wrap it like that behind them slate lats and get it round the corner so that the building is, I don't know if you can see from that angle, so the building is completely sealed, and then we'll trim these off. So once again, this is the other wall now. It's been OSB'd, it's been 4x2 CLS framework, put the 11mm OSB on it, and now we're putting the breathable membrane on it. We'll drop the slate lats on and we'll slide it into situ just like the last one. And now fixing the vertical treated slate battens. They're a 2B1, they're treated, pressure treated. They're a roofing batten. Obviously we use them for cladding, so we provide a double battened wall which allows more airflow, which in turn allows your building to dry naturally. Adam's then got the horizontal battens, which we'll be putting obviously horizontally. They're fitting the horizontal battens now. They use a 400mm spacer to keep them at 400. He's good. You need to move that way, Amy.
Next time, let's try build it a bit closer. Watch that flower, mate.
Oh, move the timbers.
Move the timber, it'll just lift off. Where Amy's foot is, it'll just lift off that top timber. And be careful of them plants, he said they were really expensive this morning, he pointed it out.
He actually did.
Yeah, I know that. Don't put them on plant. Yeah? Yeah, leave it down a bit.
I don't know if that's going to go down, is it? In there.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's a big nail sticking out of that corner there on the floor. Just flatten it over.
Oh, that were there. You remember, Liam, you pointed it out last night. It will multi-tool, that, I think.
The lats are getting caught on the...
Well, the wheel bit, it'll push over.
I know, but...
I know, I'm taking pictures.
Yeah?
It was always the person who wanted to hear them. Right, multi-tool. We're going to slide it and I don't want you to push it that way, yeah?
So we're going to go that
Not
way.
yet, though.
Wait a minute, you have to go that way first. Go that way first. No,
Only a
that's it,
tiny
that's
bit.
it, that's it, that's it.
Right,
Yeah,
can we lift it now?
Yeah, you can.
And then you push it in towards
I
at the
love to
bottom.
push.
Yeah. Go on. Push, not yet, hang on, wait.
Ian.
Right, go on, yeah, no clearance. Right, you can go.
Right, 1 minute, but pull it back. Right, Sean, the shoe is going to hold it off a little bit. Pull it that far. Multi-tool, push that in as far as it'll go there. There, can you see the shoes holding it off?
Yeah. Right.
Get that off, quick.
Go on now.
Go on.
Right, go on.
Go on, right, pull it into you.
Go.
Right, so what they're doing now, they're finding the centre of the front wall so that we can centralise the doors, but we may have to move them slightly to the side because he's having some 600 base units over that side, so we need enough wall for them to sit on, so we might have to pull the doors this way.
You know I can't get right in. Oh.
The doors are 3 metres, what we'll leave is 3,020 for a bit of clearance for the fitter to fit them. So they're double checking that they've got dead centre.
No, leave it. Yeah, that'll do for centre.
Right, John, give me 1510 that side from there.
From this?
Yeah.
Right, get the pencil for this.
So the doors are 3 metres, 1510 is half the doors plus 10mm clearance on one side. So what we're going to do now is mark that there, but we need a minimum of 600 there, which I don't think we've got. Measure that, tell me what we've got there. Right, so his depth of his unit's 600, so that's not going to work. So what we're going to do, we're going to bring the door from there, from 700. Then by the time we've got his architrave on, then his kitchen unit will still sit there with some plasterboard on that wall. So take your door from, is 700 enough, do you think?
750.
Yeah, make it 750. Is that enough?
How big are the 600?
So you've got your 18mm reveal.
Yeah.
And your arc is what, 2 inch?
Right, so basically what we're going to do, that'll be our left wall. We'll have a double timber there and a double timber there. The steel will sit on there. We're not going to cut the steel, just to save cutting it. So what we'll do then, on this side here, we'll have a double timber there. We'll have a timber there. We'll have a timber there. Then we'll have our header there. Another timber there and another timber there. So that'll be the front. So this here, our doors are always 1950 high. We leave 10mm clearance to get the doors in. So that there will be 1960. The steel is always 160. So that then will give us our front height wall. So that'll be the left hand side, that'll be the right hand side. We've pulled that way so that we can get our 600 base units in there and allow our architrave on the door as well. So they're making the left wall there. What we used our 5x2 timber, which is our roofing timbers. We use that for the front wall. That gives us our extra thickness then to allow the steel to sit on and an extra bit of strength for support, because obviously you've got the weight at the front of the building, the roof and the steel all bearing down on that. So a bigger timber provides a more structural strength. So they're going to fix that cheek over there to that side wall. They're now building this one as well. We've got a little step there for the steel. So the top piece there will be the height of the finished steel. Again, it's C16 5x2 structural grade timber that we're using. It finishes at about 120mm. Yes, please. Right, what we're going to do now, we're going to put these braces on. We used some 4x2, we've cut a 45. John, just move your hand. We've cut a 45 on each end. So what we'll do now, we'll screw that one to that wall. These are going to come off eventually, obviously. So we'll screw that to the wall, and now what we'll do is screw it to the floor as well. John will plumb it. He'll wait till he's dead right. Push the wall.
Steady.
You'll get that perfectly right. I can't zoom in on that, can we now?
Perfect.
So John, just give that wall a shove now with your hand. So you see now the wall's completely solid now, so we'll be able to get that front wall. That doesn't need one there, take it out. Right, it can't go anywhere because of this corner. Yeah? You know what I mean? Because this corner, it's not going, you'll never move it because this corner's already fixed. Just that one there, take that one out of there. We're using the little ones on the front wall. You see, this corner, it can't go anywhere now. Do you know what I mean? So what she'll do now is she'll fix that wall to that cheek. That wall's already fixed to that cheek over there. We're going to put another 45 on there, and then we'll also put 45s on the front wall just to stop them tilting over. So what they'll do now, they'll measure this gap there. Yeah, Sean, don't make it ridiculously tight where it's not going to fit in, mate. Look at that look at bowing tape. Look, you've got another 50-inch on there. Pull it tight.
Pull it tight, Sean.
It's tight.
Right, so what he's going to do now, he's going to measure that. He's going to measure that, cut that steel there. It's 80 by 160 by 5 hollow steel beam. Right, what they're doing now, they're putting a string line on the front. What they're going to do, they're going to put a little block at that end, a little block at that end, and then what they'll do then, they'll drop a block down there so that we make sure the front wall is running dead straight through.
Yeah, I don't know.
1 minute, I can't see what he's done. That's perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah. Right, so what they've got a little block on there, same on the other end, and what they're going to do now is drop that block down there so it's just touching the string line.
That'll do, Amy. That's perfect.
There you go. And then when they do that on the other wall as well, that'll mean that that wall is running dead straight through in a dead straight line.
Right.
Yes, Sean. So the steel's cut. What they'll do now, they'll put a little block on there and a little block on there just at the back side of it, just to stop the steel rolling off when we lift it up. So there, the blocks of wood there. That'll just stop the steel rolling off the front when we lift it up. It's obviously quite heavy. So the steel is, like I said, it's 80 by 160. What we'll do then, we'll tech screw up into there, and I'll show you how we'll do a little detail with the wood on the inside as well. That'll carry the weight of the roof over the doors, so there'll be no sag in it. Right, I think Amy's going to go for this. She is. There you go.
We'll just get rid of his back. I'll just take a bit of weight so you're not. Are you ready to lift, Amy? Go on.
And they're up. They're going to plumb the front walls. What we should have done really, we should have plumbed it before we put the steel on. No, John, you need to plumb it on the wall it's on, mate. We should have plumbed these before we put the steel on, but there you go. Can't always get it right.
You push it on when to stop it. It's only a bit in it, but ready?
So what we're going to do now, there's some 4x2 there, so what we're going to do, we're going to clad the back of the steel with 4x2. The purpose of that is, it also gives us another fix to fix the steel to the timber, but also when we put our roof joists on, we can put our upside down joist hangers on and fix to there as well, and also fix the plasterboard. So the steel, and so the wall's 120, the steel is 80, and the CLS finishes at 38, so we're in around maybe 2 mil difference, but that's absolutely fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to use these, they're a roofing screw, a tech screw, self-tapping, Torque-X. What we'll do is we'll fix this 4x2 to the back side of the steel with these 110mm Torque-X heavy-duty steel screws from Tool Station.
Have you got a drill bit?
Done?
So like I said, the 4x2 goes on there. We'll rip another 4x2 down there so we're dead same height as that. And then when the roof joists sit on there, the joist hangers upside down will then fix to that. It will also give us something to fix our plasterboards too. We'll also fix up through there as well. So what we're going to do now, we're going to put our 5x2 roof timbers on. We've cut this spacer block, so that block there will determine the length of our overhang plus our front trimmer as well, which will give us enough clearance for a 300mm soffit on there. We're spacing them at 400, so we'll have a 400 gap down there. Just where you are is fine. Right, so we've got all our roofing timbers on at 400 there. We're putting our upside down joist hangers, fixing them with twist nails, which are in turn fixed to the CLS, which in turn is fixed to the steel, which is fixed to the wall. What we'll do now, we'll put a front trimmer on the building, we'll put one on the back, we'll get 2 ends in, and I'll show you how we do the raked wall as well. Right, so we've got us front timbers on there, we've got us front trimmer on as well. We're now going to do the same on the back. Amy's sat safely on the fence there, as you can see. We've marked them. So what I'm going to do now, there's an 80mm overhang on there. Every time our timber goes on the end, that'll be enough for 100 pieces of soffit at the bottom of that. So I'm going to whip these off with chainsaw now. Right, I'll try and explain this as best I can now. So this is the side trimmer. That distance, so that timber there is sat in line with the wall. And that distance there is 180, which we know that gives us enough for 100mm soffit on there. So that distance there is 180. What we need to do now is we've got some 180 blocks which will be used to noggin that out. We're going to put some timber supports in down there. So the timber supports will sit and screw to the head of that wall. I'll show you from that angle as well down there. And then this roof timber will fix to there. So the roof will be fixed to the wall. And then this gap here will be filled with timber so that we can plasterboard it, and it will all structurally tie it in then. And that's the rake detail on the roof. So what we're doing there, so that noggin there will carry the weight of that side trimmer there. It's also fixed through into this noggin there, which is fixed to the head of the wall, which is then fixed to the timber there on the roof. So all that's all tied in now. Right, so the detail from below then, they're the timbers, sorry, so the detail from below then, there are the timbers there that we've fixed to the side of the roof joist, which are also fixed to the head of the wall. And they're the noggins that are holding the trimmer. So that there we can now plasterboard. We can now plasterboard up to that. And then that there will then create the raked internal wall. So there's the full roof structure on. It's 5x2, it's C16 grade timber. So we've put them on. We've got a roof overhang there, which will allow for black soffit to sit on there. We've got 100mm soffit detail on the sides and the back. We've got the back trimmers, the side trimmers. I showed you how to do the raked infill on the wall. They're all noggined out. We've got noggins down the centre. Upside down joist hangers, which are then fixed to the timber. Obviously the steel went in there, you've seen the steel go in, the walls are up, the superstructure of the building's built now. If it doesn't rain tomorrow, we'll get the roof on, but it's forecast to rain, so we'll have to see what we've done now. So what we've done now, I've put some visqueen over the roof, so if it does rain tomorrow, we can carry on working inside. We've also got the roofing boards up and they're protected from the rain as well. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. That's 3 days in.